If you know how to use credit cards the right way, then you can live off credit cards for free. I'm sure you've heard a lot of negative things about credit cards, about people getting into a lot of credit card debt and not being able to pay that debt off. But have you heard of all of the advantages of credit cards, like people traveling the world free of charge or making more money from their credit cards? While credit cards can be really bad for some people, they can be really good for others. Today you're going to learn how to live off credit cards for free. I am Tiffany Thomas with WealthyTiffany.com, and I achieved financial freedom at age 38. If you are looking to achieve financial freedom at a young age as well, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and we're going to dive right in. First off, I do want to say that this video is for people that are able to use their credit cards properly. And by that, I mean they are able to pay off their credit cards in full before they pay any interest on their credit cards. All right, let's first talk a little bit about how credit cards actually work. Credit cards have a statement open date. They also have a statement close date, and then they have a payment due date. So for example, if you are making a purchase on your credit card between the open statement date and the closed statement date, you'll have to pay off that purchase amount by the payment due date, otherwise you'll pay interest. And let me give you a personal example. I use the Capital One Quicksilver credit card, and my statement open date is on the 20th of every month. My statement close date is on the 19th of every month, and then my payment due date is the following month on the 12th. Now that you know a little bit about how credit cards work, they have that certain period where you do not have to pay any interest on your credit card purchases. Now, let's take advantage of that. This is how we can live off credit cards for free, at least one way. If I was to make a purchase on my statement open date, let's say I made a purchase for shoes on October 20th, then I would have all the way until December 12th to pay that off, because my open date is October 20th, the close date is the following month on the 19th, so November 19th. And then I have until the following month on the 12th to pay that purchase off. So I have about 54 days where I don't have to pay any interest on my credit card if I'm making that purchase on the very first day that my statement open date happens. So what you can do is use this to your advantage. Instead of making a purchase for shoes, which is not going to make you any money, unless you're in some sort of business where you take pictures of really expensive shoes and you make money off of that somehow. But most likely not. So we can make a purchase or an investment on October 20th, and then we have until December 12th to come up with that amount. So maybe you have your own business and you've been wanting to invest in some type of coaching program, so you could make that purchase for that coaching program on the 20th and then learn the knowledge that you need to and be able to make that money back and then pay that amount on your credit card without having to pay any interest 54 days later. Or maybe you have a friend that is a business owner and they need some cash for some of their supplies or whatever it might be for their business. You could loan that money to them from your credit card and charge your friend interest, and you can give them a time frame of paying you back within 54 days, or give yourself a little buffer, maybe a little less than 54 days. And then once they do, you can pay off your credit card. And then you've made money on that interest that you're charging your friend. Those are just a couple of examples. But if you're thinking, oh, it would be nice to have a longer time frame to pay that money back without paying interest on it, then my second point is a lot of credit cards offer an introductory interest rate at 0% for a certain time frame. It could be 6 months, 12 months, 15 months, 18 months, and for example, my Capital One Quicksilver card offers a 0% interest for the first 15 months that you own the credit card. And if you are looking for a new credit card, I will leave a referral link below for my Capital One Quicksilver card. Now we have a lot more time to make that money back. To give you a personal example on how I was able to make money from using my credit card, I finished my basement in my place a few years ago, and I put part of that money that I was using to finish my basement on a credit card because I had the 0% interest for 12 months. And once I did that, I was able to move into my basement, and then I rented out the room that I was in. I rented out the master bedroom. and I was able to collect rent on that room. And the amount that I received in rent for that 12 months of having 0% interest was about the amount that I put on my credit card. So I was able to utilize that 0% interest rate for 12 months and create extra cash flow, and then I was able to pay that off. The key to using credit cards to live for free is by making purchases that are investments that are going to make you more money. That way they are giving you a buffer to make money and not have to pay interest on that credit card. There's lots of different ways that you could invest your money and be able to grow that over time and pay off your credit card before you get charged interest. You could buy stocks, you could invest in the stock market, in other people's businesses, or in your own education, or in real estate. Just be careful that you don't over leverage yourself and that you're not able to pay that credit card off before you pay any interest, because credit card interest rates are usually pretty high. So think of different ways that you could utilize your credit cards to make more money. And put in the comments below if you have already done this. I am curious to know. I've also heard of people buying houses with their credit cards. If their credit limit is pretty high, if it's $25,000, $30,000, there are some pretty inexpensive homes in some areas where you could actually purchase the property outright and get tenants in there and start making cash flow from that property. Another way could be if you are doing a fix and flip, if you are taking a property that needs a lot of renovation or some remodeling, and you need cash to buy some supplies, then you can put that on your credit card and hopefully be able to sell that property before you would need to pay your credit card off. Another way to help you live for free off of credit cards is when credit cards offer a sign-up bonus. This happens with quite a few credit cards. If you are able to spend a certain amount within a certain time frame, then they will offer you a cash bonus. For example, with the Quicksilver card, they offer a $200 sign-up bonus when you spend $500 within the first 3 months. So you could use that extra $200 for something else that is going to make you money. Another great thing that credit cards offer is cashback or reward points. So every time you spend money on your credit card, they are actually giving you money back. And it's usually a smaller percentage, but nonetheless, it is money that you are receiving just for using your credit card. I personally use my credit cards all of the time for any purchase possible because I want to earn that cash back. So not only do you have that certain time frame to pay those purchases off before you start paying any interest, but they are also paying you to use the credit card. I've also heard that the Fidelity credit card offers a way for you to invest automatically. Once you hit a certain threshold of reward points, then they will put that money directly into your Fidelity account, and that way you can automatically invest. You don't even have to think about it. I personally don't have a Fidelity credit card, so please double check if you are planning on signing up for one. The fifth way that credit cards help you live for free is that when you open a credit card and you use it properly, you're paying it off in full, not getting behind on payments, then it will increase your credit score because you will have a larger credit limit, and if you continue to pay it off, then your utilization rate is lower. And if you want more information about how credit cards work, then you can check out this video up here, and I will leave a link below in the description. But in essence, if your credit score is going up, then you are able to make larger purchases for less money. The higher your credit score, the better interest rate you will receive on loans like mortgage loans or auto loans. If this is all making sense to you, then comment below making sense so I know you are following along. The next point that I want to talk about, point number 6, and I've mentioned this a little bit before, but you can increase your credit limit, the amount that you are able to spend on your credit cards. Once you've been using your credit card for a while, you can request an increase in this credit limit. That way you'll have more money to put towards some type of investment that you want to do. And honestly, my favorite credit card for being able to increase my credit limit is my Discover It card. I will leave a link below in the description. You can check that one out too. But they make it super easy to increase my credit limit. I open their app, and right at the top of the app it says increase credit limit. I click on that and I fill out the information they are asking, and then I hit increase, and they automatically increase my credit limit. And this is in part due to because I do have a good credit score. I have been using my credit cards properly, so they aren't just going to increase anyone's credit limit, but honestly, my Discover It card is the easiest credit card to get an increase on a credit limit. And if you are curious about the credit cards that I do use, I have a video for you. I will leave a link above and below in the description. All right, point number 7 to help you live off credit cards for free is by using a balance transfer. A lot of credit cards will offer this service where you can take a balance from another credit card and transfer it over to your new credit card. Yes, they will charge a percentage usually of the amount that you are transferring, and it can be around 3% or so. It could be higher or lower depending on what their offer is. But you can transfer your balances to a new credit card that would have a 0% interest for another 12 months. So if you were already at the 12 months on one credit card for your 0% interest, you could essentially transfer that balance to a different card and get another 12 months to pay that money off without getting charged interest. But don't forget, there's usually that transfer fee. So it's not completely free, but it is another avenue that you could use. But you want to make sure that it's worth it for you, that that fee is going to be okay with you, and it would be better than paying interest if you were going to pay interest on that first credit card. Clearly, there are a lot of benefits for credit cards, but if you are still using your debit card and hesitant to switch over, I did create another video, credit cards versus debit cards, where I go over pros and cons of each, so you can check that video out later on. I will leave a link above and below in the description. All of that being said about using credit cards and multiple credit cards, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by managing all of that, one of the things that I like to use is Personal Capital. You can hook all of your credit cards to Personal Capital plus your checking, savings, 401k, all of your financial accounts, and you can see everything in one place. So you can make sure that your payments are being made on time, and you can make sure that you have enough money in your savings or in your checking account. If you are interested in that, I will leave my referral link below. You can use that to get a free $20 Amazon gift card. Those are just a few ways you can live off credit cards for free. And I want to know what your favorite credit card hack is, so put in the comments below what you most like about credit cards. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who wants to know more about credit cards. And hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you want to see more content from me, check out the videos on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.